Hey guys, Cody here from the Tape Thumbs podcast. Just to let you know, we do sometimes have some strong language and adult humor on the show, so if there are any innocent or sensitive ears listening, you may want to hit pause or throw in your headphones. Otherwise, enjoy the show. Hey guys, welcome to the Tape Thumbs podcast. I'm Cody Liu here with Zach Carlin and Lee Trudeau.
Yeah, what's up, buddy? Let Lee host.
There it is.
Zach, say something.
I did my thing.
Yeah, he did the peace. How's it going, guys? This week, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the practitioners we use for recovery. Things that we do outside of just stretching at the gym or hooking a band up to a rig and pulling on it for a little bit or anything like that. So we'll talk.
Why are you laughing?
I don't know. I need to grow up. Sorry.
I think I said pulling on it, and you immediately
Well, that's all I heard.
just started giggling. All about class here at Tape Thumbs. But we'll talk about some of the things we do outside of the gym to kind of help us get better and fix our sore muscles and joints and things like that. I recently went to to physiotherapy and had a nice session with our friend Hallie. I almost said Brunt. Scott.
I thought you were going to say Halle Berry.
Halle Berry, yeah. Hallie Scott, who put my leg kind of through the ringer, went through a whole bunch of stuff, and it was painful, but necessary. Lee, you said you had acupuncture recently, like legit ancient shit.
Chinese.
Yeah.
Yeah. From an actual Asian person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The real one. She even spoke poor English.
Oh wow. she had an accent and everything. Crazy.
She was cool though.
Where was this?
It's just like out of her house, but like she has like a bi-level house, and when you enter in the front door, it's like a waiting room. She's got like an office, and she has two clinic rooms, whatever.
Yeah.
2 rooms with tables, and she goes back and forth between people because with acupuncture, once you get the needles in you, I guess they leave them in you for a bit.
Yeah.
And so it was a pretty legit setup in her house off Southline Drive.
Cool.
Yeah,
Where'd you get needled?
all over. Should I get
Everywhere?
into it?
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about, so yeah.
Let's hear it.
So as you guys know, and lots of people know, and anyone who's watched the first episode I guess knows, my leg is super weird and effed up.
Right.
Finally joined 956 this week.
Yeah, new members.
Started doing CrossFit again, and it was a very leg heavy week.
You and Keith at the same time started CrossFit all over again.
Cool.
Very true.
Leg heavy it was.
Mm-hmm. And so my legs were very lit up, but couldn't really feel it in the horrible pain area where I was feeling it in the shitty way. But then after my first workout, I woke up the next day and it hurt so bad in that way that I was making breakfast and getting ready for work, and I was like getting hot and like breathing heavy. I was just like like it hurt that bad, and I was just like, I just laid down on the floor. I was like, fuck. But fortunately subsided after like 5 minutes, and so I was like freaked out. I was like, God damn it, because I thought like I can't CrossFit now.
Yeah, it's
Like
gonna
I
worse
just
or-
have to
yeah.
keep fucking letting my legs get fatter and not muscular. And so I was still feeling it a lot. For my break at work, I took a break at like 9 o'clock, get to work at 8:15. And I was like, going on a break, and I literally just went outside and walked around for 15 minutes, which helped a whole lot. And then was feeling fine later on, and so I was like, screw it, I'm gonna go to CrossFit again. And it was thrusters with dumbbells.
Fuck does it keep doing that for?
Who is it doing?
Keep stopping. Okay, we're going now, so
Okay.
I'm gonna lose my mind if it does it again.
So did thrusters. Felt good. Went to bed. Next day, I woke up. Was fine. Didn't feel it at all. I mean, like everything was
sore.
lit up. I was
Yeah,
very
you're
sore.
sore, yeah.
Reason my legs for the first 2 times in God knows how long. But yeah, I felt good. And then, so I came to the conclusion that it hurt so bad the first time because of how I slept. Because that seems to be a major factor every time it hurts a lot, is if I sleep on my stomach, which I don't understand at all. But
Ah.
no one really seems to understand this at all. So, par for the course.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then I did Thursday's workout, which was snatches and toes to bar and squats. I did squats with just the bar.
Oh, you came on Thursday?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
When was that?
Thursday.
Like night?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Good work.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and then the next day, it felt a little bit not good. Like I could feel it a little bit, and I took a couple anti-inflammatories. So don't really know fully what's going on with it or what the problem is. Feels good today.
Yeah.
So that was my week with that. This doesn't really lead into. This isn't really relevant to the acupuncture, but anyway, I set up this appointment for acupuncture a couple weeks ago. By my mom's recommendation from her physiotherapist, and this is a lady who her physiotherapist sends people to. Who she's like, I don't know what's wrong with you.
Yeah.
And I've had acupuncture before from white people, and they do it in like, where it's like, oh, my leg hurts. And they're like, okay, well, we'll stick some needles in your leg and we'll just leave it for a bit. Fine. And then nothing really came of it. But this one, this lady was legit.
Yeah.
And I know nothing about acupuncture. I don't know how old it is, but developing
I think
it
it's like
must have been
thousands
cool.
of
Yeah,
years
like
old.
thousands of years, I think.
How do you come up with that though? You just sticking needles in people. And
I think it's like
oh,
I think it's
actually
like
feel
one
better.
of the, yeah, I think it's like one of the few like weird things that they did like way like long time ago that like
Yeah.
actually worked for real.
Yeah,
So they
like
just kind of stuck with it and like kept researching it, and now it's just a real thing.
the first chiropractic adjustment ever was in an attempt to help a guy's vision.
Dude,
Weird.
It's like, yeah, let's just try
Actually?
this.
let's
Yeah.
just try breaking your neck. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I feel
Quackery.
like it just came about the same way anything comes about. Somebody just tried something
Someone was just a liar and,
and
they was
found
like,
some.
Oh,
Yeah.
it worked.
I'm pretty sure.
And
I
then
could-
found that it did something.
it was awesome.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know what to think of it. Like I'm very, I think open-minded as far as that stuff goes. Like I go to a chiropractor. I think most people are like totally
Yeah.
weird and against chiropractors
I
and
wouldn't say
stuff.
most. You think most people? Like more than 50% of people?
Yeah.
Oh.
I would say like more than 50% of people would say like I would never go to a chiropractor.
Interesting.
Or at least are skeptical about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have a coworker. I was talking to him this week. I was talking about my leg with him. That's all I talk about. I was walking around. I was like, "Hey, have you heard about my leg?" He was telling me that he was deadlifting 2 months ago, hurt his back like immediately, shooting pains. He dropped, and then he just like hasn't been able. It's been shitty ever since. And he's like, "I'm afraid to go to a chiropractor because I think they'll make it worse." And I was like, "Yeah, they don't do that. They don't make things worse. They make things better.
Yeah.
They're."
Otherwise, there wouldn't be any
Yeah.
chiropractors.
It's like you should. It's like I have 2 chiropractors. I have one I go to for weekly adjustments, and one who's like sports medicine-y. It's like you should go to the sports medicine guy, and he was like, "Yeah, I might do that." So hopefully I can talk him into it because I think Justin could probably help him.
Justin could, but I don't know. It seems like their scopes, like the smart ones, their scopes are broader than I remember. I remember going to a chiropractor when I was a kid. His name was Dr. Twist.
Awesome.
Wow, he was so
Perfect.
sweet. And it was just the typical like you go in, you get cracked, like
Yeah.
not even 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You're in, you're out. And it just felt cool. That's the only reason I went when I was a kid. I don't know. Like it seems like like obviously I'm not a chiropractor, I don't know, but just those like little 5-10 minute adjustments, it's hard for me to like believe that that's like just that
Yeah.
alone is really helping a whole lot.
I
But
feel
again,
like-
I don't really know a whole lot of the science behind
Behind it.
Like I know like you want like like everything to be like straight in a line. Like the whole thing is like everything's in a line.
Yeah. And I feel like, yeah, those short little appointments where you go in, you get cracked or adjusted or whatever, is good for to me good for like just kind of everyday maintenance.
Yeah.
To keep you just kind of in the right positions, just generally. But then, like you said, you have like a sports specific guy or a
Yeah.
sports medicine kind of guy.
Justin
Where,
Tan.
yeah, where
Kinetic performance.
it's
Shout
like if you have like a legit specific issue, you can go to them and they can like dive deeper into that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I feel like chiropractor needs to be something else because like you put it in a line, but then like what's stopping it from like just not?
Nothing. That's why you go every week.
Yeah,
Well,
so that's crazy.
That's why a legitimate chiropractor would tell you to go every week. Or if you get to like, I think the best point you can get to a point where it's like come in every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah, the idea is just keep everything in line so that your nervous system is fully functional throughout the body,
Yeah, that makes
or
sense.
as
Right.
functional as it
Especially
can
in your
be.
spine.
Yeah.
Everything coming down from the brain all the way through your spine, throughout your body. Yeah, and you do have to go weekly. Like if a chiropractor just adjusts you and is like you're fine, then they're a shitty chiropractor.
Well, then I do that.
Yeah.
And I remember that.
As far as like if they're the cracking type go, not the sports medicine type. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I don't think necessarily like my friend at work. I don't know if he needs a whole bunch of adjustments. I think that he should just
Yeah.
see just
Yeah,
Well,
so-
see, and I think it's that. I think that point is people take that the wrong way and use that as an excuse as to why they don't think they want to see a chiropractor. They're like, oh, like, well, you have to keep going back.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, yeah, like they can't adjust you once and then you're just fine.
It's
But
like a maintenance and maintenance.
Yeah, like you don't change the oil in your car once and then you're good.
Yeah.
Like you have to keep doing it. Yeah. Right? But like, yeah, you have to like keep doing it, and maybe in the beginning it seems like you're going a lot, but like you said, if you get to the point where you're going like maybe once every 2 weeks,
Yeah.
then you're in a pretty good spot. And I think people see having to go back all the time as a bad thing when really it's just
So
maintenance.
That you would put under the category of like injury prevention.
Yeah,
not-
definitely.
Yeah, not.
Unless you have something specific, like my dad goes to the same chiropractor as me, Dr. Jeff, at South Trail Chiropractic. South Trail Chiropractic.
Chiropractic. Yep. Another shout out.
And he went there because his back hurt. Like he was legitimately, and my dad's back has always been a problem. And same with my mom's neck and shoulders, and now they both go there, and now they both feel way better in
Yeah.
these injuries that they've had for like 20 years,
Yeah.
just putting up with it. So that's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as like just a minor injury goes, I wouldn't go to him.
Yeah, Dr. Jeff though, he's like he takes X-rays and like he's good. Some chiropractors don't do
He's,
that.
Yeah.
he's a very good chiropractor, and that's another thing. It's like even Dr. Jeff will tell you there's a lot of shitty
Oh,
chiropractors.
I can imagine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like
It's just like
anything
a
else.
shitty CrossFit gym or shitty gym
Yeah.
in general. You
Yeah.
gotta do research.
Or personal trainers or whatever. Yeah, yeah. There's always going to be people in anything that you just have to make sure you do your homework and make sure you find somebody good. Because I mean, you look at CrossFit where the level 1 certification is a weekend course of God knows of like no, and you can open a gym with that.
Level
Like,
1
it's-
certification is a class filled with people who are like, I've never even done CrossFit.
Yeah,
before."
it's crazy. And
the worst.
then yeah, so you definitely have to do your homework. Going back to the acupuncture thing. So when you went to the to this lady, it was just straight up needles. She put the needles in, you just left them there for whatever and did what she had to do. Cause
Yeah, so first I'd like to explain to her the short version of my leg,
yeah,
because that's all I talk about. And then she sort of did like an assessment on me where she like went up and down, like felt things, felt my legs, felt my arms and my chest and my spine, and then she was like, does this hurt, does that hurt? And like she pushed on like my up here on my chest, on my pecs. She was like, does that hurt? And I was like, yep. And then she was like, does this hurt on my lats? I was like, yep. And down my spine there were some spots that hurt. And then she was like, I think this has to do with your neck is what's causing. She's like, there's a blockage of energy in your neck, and that's what's causing your leg. And I was like, sure, I'll accept anything. It just very well could be. I don't know.
it's something that someone else hasn't said. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I think that's like a funny thing. Like if you said that to most people, they'd be like, what the hell are you talking about? But I think it's just a different way of saying things. Like,
Yeah.
but anyway, so she's like, I think it's up there, but but she wants me to come back in 3 days, and she's like, I think it'll be better, but I just want to like double check, and I want to go at it again, and she wants me to be off my anti-inflammatories for the next 3 days,
Yeah.
and then go and see her. And I was like, yeah, sure. But so she found all these spots that hurt, and then she puts needles in my feet, and there's a little bit of trigger point with some of them.
Yeah.
Most of them I don't feel at all, but she's putting them in my feet and my legs. I think I had like 16 total needles in me. But like she would stick one down in my leg, she'd put another one, and she'd come up and she'd go, how about now? And I'm like, yeah, that feels a lot better. And then she goes down again and she like messes with the needle and she's like, how about now? And I'm like, yeah, that feels 100% better. This is fucking
That's
unbelievable.
fucking
Crazy.
And then she does the chest one, and she sticks needles in like my arm over by my ditch, and she was like, "How about now?" I was like,
Ditch?
"Ditch, you know, your other side of your elbow."
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what it's really
I
called.
think it's called
I
the
forget.
crook of your elbow.
I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, I tend to call it an elbow pit because I never know.
What's
But yeah, okay.
what's
That's,
this artery called? You remember?
there's an artery that like runs through here called your brachial artery, but that like runs along your bicep and stuff. I don't know, whatever.
I thought maybe that had to do with the name. I only know the name. I say ditch because that's what tattoo artists call it.
Oh.
Because they're like, the worst place to get a tattoo is your elbow and your ditch.
Oh wow. Okay, good to
Which
know.
is true.
Nothing's ever
That's-
going in there
yeah,
ever.
I'm never getting this done. It'll always be
Cool.
like that.
Yeah, good to know.
But yeah, so put some needles in the ditch, and then my back feels better, and the chest spots feel better. I was like, unbelievable.
Huh.
Like I knew that was
Witchcraft.
kind of like. Actually, I guess I didn't. I had no idea what like that's what it was. Like I kind of thought it was like, oh, you hurt right there, put a needle right there,
And
and
it just kind of like releases
now
it or whatever. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I think they look at the body as like a whole, which is cool, because you should. Because a lot of what I've noticed, physios and chiros who don't really deal with athletes or anything, they're like, this hurts, so then they're just like, I'm gonna just beat the shit out of that one.
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah.
like you need to look at everything, because everything is connected.
For sure.
Right? Everything. There's tons of highways in your body. And
Yeah, and lots of
look
people
at
have said it where it's like the site of the pain usually isn't the site of the
a
problem.
symptom.
Yeah,
It's a symptom.
yeah. It's just a reaction to something else that's going on, right? Because like if you have shoulder pain, it could be a problem with your lat or in your backs or something, and the only reason your shoulder hurts because your shoulder is compensating.
Not to say that isn't a problem.
You're
It's
right.
like if you tear your shoulder, I mean.
Yeah,
you have to
absolutely.
deal with the tear, but like, why did it tear?
But yeah, there's generally quite a bigger picture
Yeah.
that goes along with that.
A lot of that with knee pain. People like their knees hurt and they get like patella pain or something like that, and they're always like flossing and stuff. But like that could be caused by
Oh God knows what.
so many
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
Your knee.
Yep.
A lot of times it's like a tight quad. That's usually where I start, and then like your calf or like anything, your
Yeah.
perennials or.
Yeah. That's cool though.
Oh, and then after that, she took all the needles out. Like I laid there for 10 minutes with some in me. She's like, I need you to stay here for 10 minutes before I can put these other ones in. I was like, okay, that sounds, that's intense. And then she comes back and she puts 2 more in me, or maybe 4 more. And then she's like, okay, now lie here for 25 minutes. Man, did I get bored.
Yeah.
But, and because like, normally if you're just sitting in a room for 25 minutes, you can fidget and stuff, but I was like,
No
I didn't
one
want to
kneels
fidget my
anymore?
body, but
Yeah.
I also didn't want to look down, because I was like,
Yeah,
I don't want to look down and see 16 needles in me like that. Just
yeah.
that bothered
She's
me.
probably just for freak you out. Yeah.
Like, I've had IV, like when I was doing EMT stuff, we did IVs
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
time,
yeah.
but even still, I was just like, ugh, it's gross.
Yeah.
But so afterwards, takes everything out of me, and then she's like, I want to do just like a couple of. I think she said adjustments, and I was like, yeah, okay. I was like, maybe she's a chiropractor too.
Yeah.
But she did like ART on me, but the way she did it was awesome, because like she went after my glute, and so she like did like some moving stuff around and like a little bit of elbows and pressing, and then she was like, she was like, breathe, and I was like, just breathing, and then she's like, no, take a deep breath. And so I take a deep breath and let it out. She's like, take a deep breath and hold it. Like getting frustrated with me because I can't understand what
Come
she
on,
wants.
idiot.
Yeah, so she's like, take a deep breath and hold it. I was like, and so I hold it in, and then she's like, go. I'm like, What does she want? So I start blowing out, but that's what she wanted. I figured out. But then when she says go, she like went like as hard as she could, like with her elbow like across my glute. And that fucking sucked.
Yeah.
She did that a couple times.
All in like a Chinese accent. Too.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
fantastic.
But it was awesome.
That's cool. Because I think it still falls under acupuncture where they put the needles in and they hook up the electrodes and do the electro stuff.
It's just a different.
Yeah. I've had that done before, but I haven't done like the legit, like ancient, like just needles in certain trigger points, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I've done like the electro stim stuff, and I like that a lot. That always feels good.
If you had IMS.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like sticks in it.
And it's
Wiggle it.
and yeah, they like and like
hate
twist it
that.
around and stuff. Like it's
You
It
feel
hurts.
beat up like afterwards.
But then, like-
somebody punched you.
yeah. Oh yeah, you're sore for sure. I remember when I got my hamstrings needled, dry needle, and then I messaged you guys. I was like, hey guys, like I got my hamstrings needled. It hurt really bad. And then Keith said, did you get both of them needled? And I was like, yeah. And he said, yeah. He's like, good luck walking later. And literally an hour, like, not even an hour later, I got home from my appointment and almost couldn't make it up my stairs. My hamstrings hurt so bad.
Dude, that's brutal.
Yeah.
Hamstrings, they like going pretty deep.
Yeah,
They're going really
it's
deep.
crazy. But like, as much as it hurts, after that soreness goes away, I always feel amazing.
Yeah, you feel better.
It feels really good.
I think that works. I know there's a lot of it that I think is a bunch of quack, like the electrode one.
Yeah.
I don't really agree. Not that I don't have any like scientific reason not to, but like I got it like the what's that called, like TENS machine?
Or
like
what?
a TENS machine. They like hook up like pads onto like
Dr.
whatever
Ho?
muscle you want, and then it like
Oh yeah,
puts
like the
electrodes in it.
complex
Kind
stuff.
of like a complex
Yeah.
thing.
Dr. Ho.
Dr. Ho.
The fuck is that?
It's the
It's an
infomercial
infomercial.
for basically the exact same thing
oh,
we're talking
okay.
about.
So
yeah.
Dr. Ho.
Now everyone knows what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
now everyone knows what I'm talking about. And it feels good right after I take it off. It feels good, but then it just like, so it's kind of like like for you, like you go for a walk and then like the soreness kind of goes away, but then you sit down again
And it
sticks
just
right
comes
back.
back?
It's kind
Oh,
of like
okay.
that. That was my experience with that. So
Interesting.
maybe I don't know. Maybe it worked. Maybe it's just like you need to use it in a different application.
Yeah.
But who knows?
That's like the, what do you call it? The shockwave?
Don't do this.
Didn't really work for me.
Yeah. See that again? I think that has certain applications because the shockwave machine was initially made for plantar fasciitis. So like breaking up like scar tissue and
Oh,
tendons
yeah.
and like really thick, like not so much like muscular.
So that's like another form of like grafting, right?
No, not really. Sort of.
Is it?
Grafton's for your fascia.
Okay.
That's for like tendon like where it like attaches to the bone.
Ligament?
Yeah.
No
Like
way.
ligaments and
Ligaments connect
Li-
bone to bone.
Yeah.
Tendons are muscle to bone.
Muscle to
I knew
bone, yeah.
that. That was a stupid thing for me
Attachment
to say.
points. Thank you. Tendon attachment points and stuff. Like
Yeah.
it's just supposed to break up like scar tissue, because like it's sound waves, right? That just like pound. You're supposed to break up scar tissue. So I don't know if the application of using it on like tight muscles.
It's like how they break up kidney stones and stuff. That's cool.
Yeah, like, exactly. Yeah, kidney stones and stuff. Like again, I don't know. It just all that stuff works. It's just do they apply it correctly all
Yeah.
the time?
Yeah. Because just because it works for one thing doesn't mean you should
Yeah,
be using it
won't
for
work
everything.
For the other thing.
Yeah.
Like I got a lot of that stuff done, and on my foot it felt it hurt, but it made my foot feel really good. But then he did it on my what did he do it on? Oh, like my back, like my lats and stuff, and it didn't really do a whole lot long term. But again, it felt good on my foot.
Yeah. Interesting.
So
Yeah.
I think it just depends what you use it for.
Yeah, I think different things have different effects in different places. It's like I like the dry needling. For me, it works really well. I've gotten it done a lot on my quads and my glutes,
Yeah.
which I find it really helps.
Like in your butt?
Yeah, in my butt, in the meat of the butt. Let's not.
I know,
worry about
but
it.
still.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make a joke. I'm like.
Yeah,
I just,
it's
like,
not
go
actually
back,
not that
I
bad.
think.
Yeah, I don't mind it in the glutes. Quads can get a little dicey if your
Yeah.
quads are tight. Like my left quad was like super tight when I went the other day, and so getting the needles done was like super painful. I'm really glad I was the only one in the clinic at the time because I was.
Screaming?
Yeah,
baby?
I was being a really big baby about it. But then like, yeah, I did the hamstrings the one time. It was great. It was really sore and like, yeah. But like, I find Graston is really good on my hamstrings. I've gotten Graston on my hamstrings done. Yeah, and then like the electro stuff for like little aches and stuff I find is good. But like, yeah, if it's like a legit like strain or injury or something, maybe not so much.
Yeah.
So
And it sucks that like this stuff's so expensive because it really is like whatever kind of works for you. Or
yeah,
whatever your
and you have to
situation
kind of go through it all to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to go through it all like at least once or twice to know what'll work anyway. So
Yeah. And that's what's kind of nice about having a place like Kinetic, because there's so many people with so many different views or so many different disciplines, I
different-
guess you call 'em,
yeah.
underneath the same roof. So, like somebody comes in and they're complaining about shoulder impingement or their shoulders don't move right, then I'm like, go see Mike. Somebody comes in, they're complaining just like about hip stuff, and I know that it's like a movement issue, so I'm like, hey, go see Justin.
right.
Or somebody like with tendonitis in their elbow or something like that, I know that it's something I can send them to Darren for.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of cool to have all that.
It is good, yeah, because every place I've gone has all been kind of those multidisciplinary places as well. Like,
I think that's more popular now too.
yeah, because and it's just you just reach a lot more people that way
Yeah.
too. Like at the same time, you're also running a business. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, like places that have like chiros and physios and massage therapists and acupuncture, kind of all that stuff under the same roof, and it's good to have so that you can try all of those things without kind of jumping around too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, it just sucks that it's expensive though. 'Cause
Yeah.
even like, yeah, you might get like a chiropractor, send somebody to a chiropractor, but they're just not really good at like adjusting hips. Like there's some chiropractors that
Yeah.
are just better at certain things
Yeah.
than others. So you gotta like find a chiropractor, not just a chiropractor, but a chiropractor who is good at this.
For sure.
Like,
Well, yeah,
so
I have a
annoying.
chiropractor friend who she specializes in like just cervical spine.
Yeah.
And that's like, so that's what she does. She adjusts basically your neck and like the base of your skull.
Cool.
And that's all she does. And
That's the best part anyway.
Oh, it feels so good.
yeah, so,
Headache
and she's
gone.
done really well doing that. So, yeah, I mean, sometimes you find someone who kind of has that specialty or just like knows what they're doing for what you need, and it can honestly do like wonders. Magical,
Yeah, we can.
magical with some of these. Like I called it witchcraft for where she stuck a needle in your foot, and you're like, oh, my leg.
I really want to
feels
try
better.
that now. Was she expensive?
Yeah.
Hey?
Was she expensive?
It's like $30 because of your first visit, that
Like-
old scam, and then
Oh, like an assessment.
75.
So it's
for-
$105 for your first visit.
Yeah. That's
That's not bad.
that's no
at
different
all.
than anywhere else, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
not
recommend
bad.
it.
How hard is she to get into?
You do have to say who recommended you, but if you just say Jillian, the physiotherapist,
Should I just say you?
maybe? I don't know.
Just say some dude went there. Check out our podcast.
I'll
Yeah.
ask
Maybe
her.
he'll know.
I'll ask her on Tuesday.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, if I can send people,
Cool.
or if they have to see her, the
Or
physiotherapist.
they'd like see somebody first and then get like, that old scam.
I have a sweet IMS story.
Yeah, do it.
So dealing-
Intramuscular,
What does it stand for? I don't even know.
intramuscular stimulation.
Yep.
Intramuscular stimulation.
That's
That's
right.
So that's the needles, yeah? Dry
Yeah,
needling.
dry needling. Yeah.
When I was very in the early in the early stages and the worst part of dealing with my leg, I was going to Hallie a whole bunch, and like I probably saw her at her clinic 4 or 5, 6 times. I don't know, and then I even went to their house twice.
Oh, wow.
Their condo.
I
Like
went to their house a few times too. I
Oh,
traded
yeah.
her supplements.
That's Peter. That's
um,
awesome.
Cause like, well, the first time I went to their place is because I'd been to her a few times and like the IMS like hurt like hell, and I was like, I feel like maybe this is what I need. It's just like several sessions of this, and so like then one day it's like it was fucking screaming, and so I like text her and I was like, I need you right now. Can I please come over? And so she was awesome enough to let me come over, and then I went over a second time. I think because again it was just going crazy, and or maybe that was just her saying like, why don't you come over and we'll go crazy with it. I can't remember, but it was like we were just hanging out, and she did like a shit ton of that on me, and she did one in like my low back, and so I did the triggering, and I was like, ugh. And then she's like, okay, good, and she was like, relax, just like rubbing my like
Yeah.
my arms, she's like, just relax, breathe, relax, relax. She's like, okay. She's like, so I need to get you to relax because it was stuck in you because you were so tense.
Wow.
That's it was stuck. I've never had that before,
Yeah.
but I've had it where I bend needles.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Like in my, because I put it in my, because that's one of the only things through my research, or trial and error actually, of
Yeah.
like what works best for my hips. It was always that IMS, and Hallie did an awesome job. I always like going to see her, but like I would get so like if I didn't see her for a week or two, she'd like I'd be so tight, and it would go like she'd put it in, you know, like it grabs, like a
Yeah,
muscle grabs.
it just,
Like
like,
it
tenses
grabs
it.
so hard that I was like bending needles all over the place.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Crazy. I
That's
know in the
insane.
first, I just had to like make sure like, can these needles break and like get
Yeah.
Like get
stuck
stuck in
me?
you?
But no, they're not
Yeah.
going to.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That's
you can
crazy.
you can like tie those needles in knots, like they're.
Oh yeah, they're like pretty pliable.
they're really pliable.
That's
Because
crazy.
they like in order to put them in, they have to be like in a tube.
Yeah.
'Cause you
Oh
can't
yeah,
just like stick
and
them
they
in.
like
they'll
tap
they'll
them in.
bend.
Yeah, yeah.
That makes sense.
I mean,
Yeah, it's not like a syringe needle that
Right.
I bent.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
Wow.
I bent needles all
'Cause
the time.
I just pull faces and like complain a lot, and then she's always like, "Are you okay?" And I'm always like, "Yeah, just keep going,
Yeah.
just do it, just do it."
And then remember Heather? She was
Yeah.
at AI with that other chiro. She did the electro thing where she like put the needles in and hook them up to
Yeah, to the-
car battery or whatever. I'd bend needles like all of them. Like so you put them on my back and it's like
Jesus.
10 minutes and then like all of them are bent.
Gross.
So I'm pretty used to bending needles.
I was gonna say yeah.
But yeah, it's
your
still,
muscles
like,
are
it's still
so
weird.
your muscles are so strong. You
It's just weird that was inside of me. doing
damage
that.
damage the equipment that these people are using. That's insane.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've had like some pretty bad like twitches and like
Yeah.
and contractions.
They put 'em
and
in
stuff
and they just, like,
yeah, and your
catch.
muscle just kind of like ah. But yeah, nothing that crazy.
Yeah. And I find that it doesn't hurt as much as massage, like a deep tissue massage.
Oh.
Deep tissue massage hurts a little bit more. But that's one thing I think that needling is better for, like, because deep tissue, like especially in the hips, like there's so much like meat to get through that you're just like beating the shit out of that top layer of like muscle in order to
Yeah.
get lower. So I think like that's where needles just kind of like
Yeah, because they can kind of cut through it.
they just
and-
slip right in there.
Yeah.
But again, it's just finding what works best for your situation.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot that goes into that in
Mhm.
terms of finding out what you need, and you kind of have to go through some of it to kind of figure it out,
Yeah.
which takes some time and a little bit of money, but
And I think finding somebody who's willing to like learn, because I think there's a lot of physicians that are kind of stuck in their ways. And
yeah.
they learn something this way, they've been doing it for 20 years, and
Yeah.
they're just like, that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
When like clearly there's more than one way to skin a cat.
Mm-hmm.
So like like find somebody who's willing to learn. And that's what I really like about Justin and Mike and even Darren. Darren's been doing it forever, but he's still learning
Yeah.
stuff. But like Mike makes up shit all the time. when
Yeah,
I'm in there.
for sure. It's like I find it. I don't want to say comforting, but I like that when the practitioner's like, you know what? I think it could be this. Let's try doing this and see how it feels. Let me know.
Yeah.
And then you either be like, yeah, well, like it's either like it didn't really work, or it still kind of hurts a little, or it worked great. Either way, like
Yeah.
both parties learn something. So
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. I think that's a good quality to have.
And referring out, I think, is sweet. Like when they're
Oh,
willing
like-
to just be
yeah.
like, try
I
something
can't help it
else.
because that's
Yeah.
cool because that means that their goal is for you to get better. not
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
fucking
and not
take
just
your-
like, yeah, I
take your
can't
money.
fix you, but keep coming every
Keep
week.
coming every
Yeah,
week.
totally. Yeah, that's also good.
Like Dr. Jeff, that's what he's got me in.
Just a revolving door. Being a chiropractor like that, that's a good business though.
Yeah.
It's like he just has. How many people does he see an hour? Like 6, 7, 6?
An hour?
Yeah.
Like
Like how many rooms
30.
do you think he gets to in
30.
an hour? Really?
40.
You think in an hour?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So you just like crack, snapple, pop.
Have
next
you ever been in
person.
his office?
No.
So it's like a waiting room of like 20 chairs or 15 chairs. And he's literally right there, just past the chairs. And he's got like 2 almost cubicles
Yeah.
with beds. And so Zach on 1, Cody on 2.
Yeah.
Crack Zach. See you later. Lee on 1. Goes to Cody. Crack. Someone else on
Oh, wow.
2. Comes to Lee. Crack. But I mean, he's not he doesn't like do the same thing. Like he still
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Some people
'cause
he'll spend
everybody
like
gets a
6
plan.
minutes with.
Yeah.
So, like
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
he spends a longer time with me than he does most people, because one of my legs is like
Yeah.
significantly shorter than the other,
Oh.
and so I need like extra attention for that every week. But yeah, he fucking cranks through people.
Crazy.
Crazy. Whatever, good for him.
Busy guy.
hmm
Yeah. Awesome.
That's our professional opinion on therapists.
Yeah. I don't know. I like them.
hmm
You said some people are skeptical, but you just have to find
There's
what
some
works.
weird stuff out there like that where you like you freeze yourself, like you go into that like
Oh,
what's
like the
that called?
cryotherapy?
Where you like freeze yourself. There's so much that is like
Yeah, I can't even
there's
take
some
an
weird science.
I
in
can't
that.
even take an ice bath. I don't know if I could do it.
I know, and those came out right after all this like anti-icing shit.
yeah, yeah.
I was
'cause
like,
there's-
now you're like freezing people.
Yeah, because I did read something where like, oh yeah, stop taking ice baths and blah blah blah, and then I was like, hey, pay us money to
Yeah.
put you in a freezer.
Can you imagine how much your dong would shrink? Or maybe it's just me. Cut that part out.
Wow.
It's too late now.
Yeah, I don't know.
What else? Like and those sleep pods, sleep up or
Oh, the sensory deprivation. Yeah, you tried that, didn't you?
I did.
What was
Is
that
that-
like?
You have to do it more than once apparently, because I have trouble sleeping because I go to bed and then like that's when I fucking think about everything.
Yeah.
So that it's like that but times 10, because like you go into this thing and they're like just relax, don't think about anything, and then you lie down, you're floating, and then you're just staring at like it's just completely black, and then it's like cool for the first 10 minutes, and then after that it's just like it's really hard to relax, and like then you realize that you still have like an hour left, and it's just kind of uncomfortable.
How
But then
long
I
do you
think
stay in there?
an hour was 90 minutes. But then like I think like the last, it's hard to tell. I couldn't see a clock, but like I'd say like 20 minutes was really good. But I think you'd have to do. I think it's something you almost have to practice,
Mhm.
like being able to completely let go. And
Right.
Just, like just don't think about anything. If you do think of something, think about something nice. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
weird though.
Interesting.
It's weird getting in water and floating. Like I'm a fucking brick, so it's weird getting in that water and like you're actually like suspended.
Yeah.
Were you supposed to get out of that?
I think it's against that sensory deprivation, like you just complete relax. Like,
Yeah.
and because you're floating, like everything is just completely like relaxed.
Yeah,
Like you
I
don't
feel
have
like
to
it'd just
support
be like
yourself.
like resetting your system, right? Like
Yeah.
because you just there's just like nothing going on.
And you're
You can't
supposed to
see,
lay
you
there.
can't
You're
hear,
supposed to
you
lay in as anatomical position as you can.
Yeah.
Like everything kind of like just completely relaxes, especially if you're in there for that long. And then the Epsom salts, all the magnesium and stuff that you're absorbing.
can't- Right.
But I think if I actually got into it, it would be pretty cool. Because that's one thing I have trouble. I think that would help my sleep.
Yeah.
Just being able to just like
Interesting. Where
Yeah.
was that?
they're all over the place.
they?
This one's
Oh.
like Clear Float Spa or something
Oh.
like that. Yeah.
How much is it?
It's not that bad. It's only like $40.
Oh,
Sweet.
that is
Yeah,
that is
it was,
really
it was pretty. It
good.
was way cheaper than I thought.
Yeah.
We
Way
should all go
cheaper.
do that sometime.
Yeah.
It's not like an activity.
Field trip.
not like-
Field
yeah.
trip. Let's all go
There
lay
is-
in
there is
separate
rooms-
beds.
There is rooms where there's like two pods.
really?
So we could, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's all go lay.
And this is the arm. Stick your arm through, and you can put
You
hands.
hold hands, just like talk.
Let's all
You
go
get
lay in
headsets.
pods and not talk to each other or be able to see or hear or feel anything.
We can go for gelato afterwards. There's weird stuff, but I mean, whatever. Again, if you use it properly,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. I mean, there's lots of different options out there. I think, it takes some time to find what works for you. And if people are, especially people at like 956, if you have any questions, like you can ask people who have tried it. Like,
Yeah.
obviously we've done a lot of this stuff. And if you have any questions, or if you ask either someone who's done it before or your coaches at the gym, or if you know anybody who knows chiropractors and stuff, like get their emails, shoot them questions, but find out what you
And
can.
If you see me, say hi, because I don't usually say hi to people.
Yeah.
Introduce
Yeah.
yourself to me, because
He's not-
He's
not
actually
a
he's
dick.
actually a nice guy. He just comes across
He
as an
just-
asshole.
He just doesn't like.
Yeah.
He doesn't like initiating. He doesn't like initiating the friendships
Yeah.
at all.
It's true.
It's cool. All right. That'll be it for this week. Check us out on Instagram at Tape Thumbs, Facebook, Tape Thumbs Podcast, YouTube, Tape Thumbs Podcast, and our new website, tapethumbspodcast.com, where you will find all of the links to
Yeah.
those social media outlets, as well as all of our episodes are posted there as well. I'm gonna fucking kill you. Until next time.
See you next Tuesday. Also follow us on Tumblr.
What?
Tumblr?
What?
I don't even know what Tumblr is.